I was halfway through my wine when I heard my name spoken like a liability. Not loudly, not dramatically, carefully. My wife leaned toward her sister at the far end of the dinner table, her smile intact, her voice lowered just enough to sound harmless. "After New Year's," she said, in front of everyone. "He'll never see it coming." The clink of silverware covered the rest, but I didn't need more. My chest went very still. The room didn't spin, my hands didn't shake. That was the problem. My father asked me to pass the bread. I did. Our eyes met. He didn't know he was looking at a man whose life had just been quietly scheduled for execution. That night, my phone lit up. Call after call. Then a voicemail, sharp and cracking. "Where the hell are you?" I stood in the dark parking lot of a hotel I'd never stayed in before. I answered calmly, "Can you guess where I am?" Silence. I smiled without humor and hung up. By morning, I had 118 missed calls. I slept through none of them. The plan unraveled in pieces. It always does. A deleted email recovered by accident, a shared calendar she forgot to hide, a name I'd heard before, too often, spoken too casually. She was meticulous. So was I. For weeks, I behaved perfectly. I kissed her cheek, ate her food, listened while she rehearsed grievances she'd soon perform publicly. She wanted witnesses, sympathy, control. Divorce wasn't the humiliation. Timing was. She wanted New Year's Eve, champagne, applause, a narrative where I was blindsided and weak. What she didn't know was that I had already stopped reacting emotionally. I was cataloging. Her lies weren't sloppy, they were confident, practiced. She spoke as if she'd already won. That's when I realized something colder than betrayal. She thought I was stupid. I didn't confront her. I observed. Phone records confirmed patterns. Late-night work calls traced to a private line. Hotel charges routed through a consulting account she didn't think I monitored. I hired no one. I trusted no one. I wanted clean proof. Every night I lay beside her, staring at the ceiling, replaying 10 years of sacrifice. Every promotion declined. Every weekend postponed. Every dollar saved for a home she called ours. My father's voice echoed in memory. "We need to talk about the house." Soon we would. I ran numbers, not emotionally, strategically. Trusts, deeds, prenups she never read closely because love, she thought, made them irrelevant. I smiled more, spoke less. She grew careless. That's what happens when someone thinks the ending is guaranteed. The confirmation arrived on a Tuesday morning, a bank envelope, plain, heavy. I opened it once. That was enough. That night I placed the documents on the table between us. No accusation, no explanation. She read, stopped breathing, sat down. "This isn't," she began. I raised a hand. "Don't," I said. Her eyes searched my face for anger. They found none. That frightened her more than shouting ever could. I asked one question. "How long were you hoping I wouldn't notice?" She cried then, loudly, messily. I waited. New Year's Eve arrived as planned. Family, friends, laughter. She stood, champagne glass raised, ready to perform. I stood first. "I think there's been some confusion," I said evenly. "This house isn't part of the divorce." The room froze. "The mortgage," I continued, "was paid entirely from a trust established before our marriage. Sole beneficiary." I turned to my father. "We talked about the house, remember?" He nodded slowly. Her face collapsed as understanding landed too late. "This isn't a celebration," I finished. "It's an exit." I left her there, holding a glass she could no longer lift. I live alone now. In silence, I built. I feel nothing when her name appears on my screen. No anger, no satisfaction, just space. Control doesn't scream, it concludes. And I finally understand something she never did. Some men don't break when betrayed. They sharpen.